you can hear me. And that means I've actually fixed that microphone I broke, which will be good. We're quite late down here on a Saturday. We have been given the news that the folks, well, that we will have folks next to us. The site manager said that someone will be taking on this plot, which means it's definitely time to hurry on with sorting our stuff out down this boundary. We have to get a nice fence in here, properly buried into the ground is the plan. And we should probably get our shed out of this plot. We tipped it up into this plot as we did in the last video. And we've got to get this bit of ground sorted out and suitable to prop that shed up decently. Obviously, there is now this IBC here that the council had dragged out of the trench, the ditch, the dike, they call it, behind the plot here. And they also dragged all kinds of random garbage up here too. So we're going to get all that out of the way today and form a plan of attack for dealing with this spot tomorrow and hopefully getting that shed upright and back into the plot, and then we can start to work on the fence. There seem to be some critters about. Look at that little hole there. Not quite sure what makes that sort of hole. Goes down real deep. Is there turn that there? Something down there. I guess it's likely to be some sort of rodent. And we also noticed over this side towards our new plot, similarly, great big hole seems to have collapsed down there, and another one of those big deep holes here. Ah. So, what digs a deep hole that's about 75mm wide? Too small for a rabbit, I reckon, but I'm not quite sure what else that might be. I'm guessing a rodent. We haven't spotted any place that's coming up in our polytunnel plot, but we of course don't know how far they might have burrowed, and it could be in the middle or something like that, just there. Oh well. Quick polytunnel inspection. The choys and related plants are doing pretty well over there, but we have signs that something has been in here eating things. Look at that missing leaf there, missing leaf there, but it gets worse over this side. So we've put some little protections over some of these, but there was a plant there, and then look at that little one down there. We've only just put this little sort of keg end over that one, and similarly down there, he's pretty munched on. And in front of those garlics there used to be a row of little chard, but they're gone pretty much. There's nothing but little stumps of leaf. There's one leaf recovering there. What has done this is the question. We don't know. As you see, we've put some little blue slug pellets down there. Not a big fan of using such things, but not sure what else to do. And yeah, what has eaten our leaves? That is the question. We don't know if it's an animal like a little rodent or a rabbit even. I don't think rabbits can get into this plot, but I don't know for certain. Or if it's slugs or birds. The CCTV has not been set off by anything, but it doesn't tend to sort of get triggered by tiny little things scurrying around. It's up there. We have had birds eating these though. I'm wondering if we've actually attracted something into here that has gone for our little plants, and it's too small to get detected by the motion detection. The seed has gone down as well. So on the plus side, they're definitely doing something. On the minus side, something is also eating our plants. So this is suboptimal. Well, those bastards who dragged that IBC up here kind of made a bit of a mess of that work we started the other day. They've totally bashed that slab over. Luckily none of the slabs are broken, but they've completely destroyed a plank there. Ripped out those screws. They were really only form work, but bloody hell. People. Well, we're losing the light, but we've made some good progress, a bit more than I'd originally planned to for today. So, got these slabs back in down here, fairly well leveled off, and we've started packing some of this rubble in that came with the plot. So they're already a little bit sturdy. We're going to put a very light sand mortar mix in that trench a bit there, and we've actually lent them slightly into the plot. You probably can't see that, so that they're leaning into the soil. But, hopefully that'll do a job. Once we've got a bit of mortar in this side, and we'll also pack more earth in there, I think they'll be relatively stable. And then we'll get this flattened off and put the plinths in to put the shed on. And hopefully we'll get that done tomorrow. It's getting dark, so I'm going to mix up a little bit of mortar quickly and dump it in some plus spots and get home. Here we are, Saturday, 19th of January. Last night I got a little alert on my CCTV. Had a quick look, and there were a pair of beady eyes looking out from just there. Fairly big critter, I'm guessing probably a rat. I've just noticed a lot of our leaves have also been chewed off our carrots down here, as well as all that carnage we saw yesterday. We have a lot more covers. We fossicked around to get as many as we could onto as many things as we could to protect them. We still don't know what it is really. I don't see slug trails, but not sure. We didn't see the rat or other furry variety of critter on the CCTV eating things, but we just don't know. We think the rats are attracted by the fatty balls, fatty pellets in here. We don't know if the rats are getting to it. We have noticed some activity up here, so I think they definitely can climb this. Rats are pretty good at climbing. As you may notice, there's no CCTV up there because right after we saw that rat, it chose to die. This constant greyness is just not giving it enough juice to live on. It's been like this for days. It's not just grey, it's not just overcast, it's oppressive, it's dark. I did try my really garbage car booster to charge it, but it's just not playing ball either. That's whatever this is, I can't remember the brand. Don't buy it, and don't believe the specs. I checked the battery capacity on that, and it wasn't even a tenth of what was claimed. I got suckered, but oh well, it was cheap, but not that cheap. So we're going to take this home tonight, plug it in to fully charge it again. I'm sure once we get to summer it will keep itself going, but this weather is not really it. This little solar panel I did when I fitted it, be concerned that it might not really do it, and I was right. It did a pretty good run. It's been a few months. Anyway, we're back to this today, and we're going to start by getting some loose dirt backfilled in behind these pavers here, improve their stability. Kat has just run off to get some. There's a kind of a spare dirt pile up the back of the allotments. Get some of that in a wheelbarrow. I'm going to mix a very light amount of cement into that, and that will hopefully hold everything well enough, and that's what we're going to crack on with now. The sound has changed because, hot on the heels of me actually fixing that microphone, I have forgotten it today. But oh well. One day I'll learn to remember things. Probably not. That's actually likely to be a lie. So what we're going to do to backfill this from this side and down into those gaps there. We've got some of this old dirt from up the back of the plots, off the dirt mound. Got some quite old concrete there. I'm going to just sort of mix that through that very weak concrete mix, or mortar mix really, and fill it into those gaps and then water it in. That's the theory anyway. I decided to actually mix it with some water before tipping it down into a kind of runny, massive mud pie. Righty, so mud pie has been packed in the hole. Hopefully that'll hold things up. There's probably some voids down there, so the worry is that it could slip into there. But this soil around here kind of sets like brick anyway. I think so long as it's dry in the rain shadow of the shed, it should be okay. Famous last words. So what we're going to do is get plinths down to put this on. I was thinking of putting new beams on, but having a closer look, I actually think these are pretty sound. They've obviously been fitted at a later date, and the wood hasn't rotted, unlike most wood around here. So the idea is to have one on each edge where those short ones are, there, and then one there and there, so two in the middle at the front and two in the middle at the back. And we're going to pre-put them down into the ground here, try to level them off as best we can. I'm mixing a little bit of cement into the sand, into the dirt, which I'll then pack down with the sledgehammer there as tight as I can. Hopefully that will give us a fairly stable base. Again, remembering it's probably going to stay fairly dry under the shed at least. These are proper concrete blocks, not the sort of lightweight breeze block things, so they're pretty heavy duty. And so we'll have to pre-decide the pattern of these down here, or pre-measure it rather, and hopefully get it right. But I'll be putting them at sort of perpendicular to the perpendicular to the posts on the bottom. So we'll have a fair bit of movement possible either way, hopefully. Anyway, let's crack on with it. Well, we're getting there. 2 more to go. Keeping them pretty level. Probably not perfect, but the strategy will be to keep an eye on free cycle and look out for some slates, so that if we ever have some subsidence or want to just sort of boost or level up a little bit, we can just slide a slate on top of the brick between that and the wooden base rail. That's the plan. Nearly there. And there we have it. Not quite symmetrical. I wanted those towards the back, but then I realised it was getting a bit close to the wall, and just tamping it down was pushing the slabs out. Move this one in further, but I'm also trying to work around these older timbers like this one here, because it's a bit higher than the surrounding, than the ones I wanted actually resting on, which is these ones. But yes, I'm going to try tipping it up now. I've put this here so that it actually sits on something and gives me a bit of a chance to wrangle it. We shall see what happens. Whoa. Pull the blue bin out in a moment. I'm going to lift this.
Yep.
Okay.
Sliding.
I'm sliding in the slippery mud.
Yeah.
The whole thing needs to move towards this side.
Oh.
Really?
So how are you going to do that? Do you need me to lift anything?
Good question. What I need is a big Western Australian crowbar to sort of leverage under there. Let's see. Oh yeah? feels pretty sturdy.
Okay, good. Trial right
This was
there.
always going to be a small area, really.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, a little bit skoo.
How do you want to, do you need to fix that?
I want to try and rotate slightly.
You might need to push back again.
Feels like it's leaning towards us. Guys, into the plot.
Yeah.
Wonder if it's up on one of those other bigger timbers. Oh yeah. Okay. So maybe. That's off that timber. Ow. Which has made it harder to move now. Oh, my knee.
It's getting, yeah.
Like that. It's a pity. I was hoping to get on the
How exposed did you want that brick?
not that exposed, but it's okay. I must have got my measurements a bit out of whack, basically.
It's on the wrong beam.
Okay. Need to move it a bit more into the plot.
How much of this other brick do I need to...
Don't touch the brick.
No, I'm not.
It's not movable.
No shit. But it's gonna. I'm seeing less of it.
That's the plan.
The one that was already like not.
Hopefully without running off the edge of it.
Well, that's why I'm saying.
So we're right on the edge of that one now. That one's, oh, that's about as good as it's going to get. And that is just on that brick. Okay. Yeah, I knew one of them was going to be a bit off. I got these back bricks a bit wrong. It's okay, we can make up for it, I reckon. But it's is it looking more level now?
I can't tell. I mean, you've got the level over there.
Yeah, I don't think the level fixes over the shed. Oh, it does.
Okay.
Oh, wow, okay. I've done pretty well.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, good. Let's see how well level it stays.
And then just a little bit of a twist. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's as good as it's going to get.
Yeah.
We can always, as I said, get some slates under there to prop it up. It's
hopefully before the fence.
It's much more sturdy than it was, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, happy with that. Okay. Well, we're losing the light now, but that is job done. Relatively happy with that. Took a little bit of wiggling around, but that's not great, but not too bad for a allotment shed. Haven't even checked this angle yet. What's this reveal going to show? Bit forward, bit up towards the front. Not too surprised by that, but she'll be right. Like I said, the plan is that now that we've got it on those plinths as such, we'll be able to shim it with some slates if we want to level it up more than it is. But it's a lot more solid now and it doesn't rock when you walk into it, so that really is the main thing achieved. The next main job on this plot is to get our fence sorted out. This is just a temporary wire down here at the moment to show the line of the plot divide, but we'll be digging in a proper mesh fence here, so that's what we're up to next. Okay, one last job we're going to do before I head off is I'm going to move those bird feeders onto this frame here where the rats can't climb up it and where it's not near our polytunnel. So let's get on with that and then we can head off for the day. Over at the polytunnel, Kat has been doing some paving today, where we pulled out the big council pavers and she's put in these 3 much nicer pavers and a sort of a brick edging bit there, sorry, concrete edging bit there. And we've got a good entrance to our polytunnel still, despite robbing those pavers for using at the back fence there. Okay, I'm going to get this down. Obviously it has been munched at. Hopefully not by rats. I don't know if the rats can get onto there. I'm not sure. I think they'll just drop off unless they manage to scrabble onto this ledge. I doubt it. But they're definitely showing an interest in it. So I'm going to move it over to the old raspberry cage in the new plot. And there we go. New home for the bird feeders. Seeds down this end. And the fat pellety things down that end towards the centre of the plot. They're exposed a bit now, but hopefully that'll be okay. And I might think about making them some little umbrellas or little hats out of some keg ends or something. But we'll see how that goes now. At least it might not be attracting rats into our polytunnel so much anymore. We'll see. Okay, it's 20 to 5 and heading home. It's quite nice now that the days are getting that little bit longer. We can feel the little bit of extra light we get at the end of each day. And yeah, you get that little bit extra done, especially when you're kind of late starters like we are. But Kat got a bit more path down here, so that's nice to walk on. We managed to get some extra cardboard from our landlord's maintenance person, which is cool. And yeah, get in there. One day at a time, or one weekend at a time, as the case may be. Take him home and get him charged up. And yeah, pretty good progress this weekend. Happy with that.